You. How's everyone doing this morning? How we doing? Friday. Let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on here. Friday. I did take a trade pre-market off of prior session high. Just always have a resting order there. It got hit, and I kind of just scalped some points off. I had a trailing stop just because it was pre-market, and good thing I did because we ripped right back up. So we can kind of see what's going to be happening on this Friday, last day of the week. Having a pretty good week so far. What is not connected? Let me just log out of this and get back in. Something wasn't connected there. Hello, fish. Good morning, fish. Hope everyone else is having a good Friday. I am heading out of town today. So we'll stream for a little bit, and then I got to hit the road, Jack. If I get a one in the chat, if you guys can see and hear me, that'd be helpful. Sometimes I'm sitting here talking to myself, and that is never a good thing. There's our beeps. Come on up. All right. So as we were saying, we have 184 on the week, 17 this morning off of that trade. I will also open TradeZilla because that's where I like to journal everything. And let's see. So far, pretty good week. Don't think actually a really good July. Don't want to do too much to screw that up, but no biggie. We're on a pretty good heater. I think 10 green days in a row. Ever since getting my head out of my ass on the 10th of June, I lost $1.35. That was a break-even day, but one red day essentially since the 10th of June. I'll take that all day. Love to see that. Tradeify accounts just under $700 in profit, so slowly making my way. I've had a few people ask if I would go with the select daily or the select flex when I finally pass these. I think I'm gonna go the daily route, but when that happens, I'm not trying to get ahead of put the cart before the horse, so to speak. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. All right. Let's just quickly take a look at the markets as far as the ATRs first and foremost to see if we have any range for the Ranko bars. 249 is not going to get me there on the Dow, so no Rankos on the Dow. The MES, 27 and change on an 86 is not going to get me done. So working with low range, low volatility on this Friday. The Russell, small caps, 51 on 22. Still need a little bit more range, but messing around here at the prior high a day. Gold. We are at a 41. I don't have, oh, there it is. On 108, so not enough range there. And the Nazzy, 248 on a 681. So a ton of low range. So not really looking at the Rankos over here on the right until we're at least 50% range. That's just my style. It's the way I like to do it. As far as what's going on, as far as a little bit of trend here, we are above the trend line. So we are going to call this, we were above and below. So this is like a continuation, right? We are not trending upwards or downwards. We're kind of neutral. All right. But we are to the upside right now. So we are bull neutral, outside day up. So I'm definitely not looking for any shorts on the MYM. The first long for me is down here at prior POC.
Order submitted.
And then there would be an ad down here at prior session low. And that would be about $100 and so in heat if we ended up getting down to that. But that's my first plays here. Some people might be a little bit more aggressive and want to take longs off the trend line and in confluence with prior session high day. That is not the style that I trade. So right now, these are the only longs that I'm looking for on the MYM. We are bull continuation. Everything is above the EMA on the MES. We are still inside day, but we are getting there. Once the market opens, I might be willing to put an order here at prior session high. But with things kind of moving upwards right now, I really only like to take shorts on red candles. So this is a situation where I'm definitely going to let this 5 minutes play out. And then if I'm going to play a short, I like to play shorts on a continuation of a red candle in this 30-minute time frame. So that's kind of where I want to be there. I also don't want to short with that much range into yesterday's prior POC, where when we're above it, that would kind of be a long. But if we can get a play here, if this kind of bounce around, we get a little bit of a push through and maybe a red candle back, that might be something we might be looking to do. The Russell looks pretty much the exact same as the ES. They have all the things I just said about the ES are true for the Russell. Gold is in a bear continuation. I guess we went above it, but I'm going to call this bear continuation to the downside. Inside day, not enough range for the Rankos, but if we see we have a ton of support here, that's lining up with a previous prior day low. If we kind of get through here, I know some people would like to put like a sell stop there, and then get that continuation through here and maybe play this all the way down. Once again, a really, really aggressive move. That is just not my style, especially with an asset like gold. But I would like to see maybe if that could play out, what that would actually look like. Once again, just putting a sell stop here, entering as it goes long, and then being short after it triggers that sell stop. The NASDAQ is in a bull continuation. The Nazzy feels like it always goes up. Did have a little bit of bounce off the trend here in the overnight session. Prior POC is up here. That'd be your first short for the NASDAQ traders. You must be willing to take heat all the way up to prior session high if you want. Depending on what the open looks like, we might be able to take a stab at the Nazzy there. But that's pretty much everything going on right now. We have 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 30 seconds until the market opens. And right now, I think the real relevant trade for me, or the first kind of entry point, is going to be prior session high here on the ES, coming back to target prior day POC. But I am going to wait for the market open before that happens. If you guys have any questions about anything that I just said, please ask. It's much easier to stream and talk. No red folder news today. Looking at the red folder news. No red folder news to speak of. Yeah. Let's have a day. Let's close out a good week. Please let me know how you're doing. What are you guys trading today? What are you looking for as far as entries? Are you snow daying this outside day up with no shorts? And have you been red this week? Have you been green this week? Inside news, anything else I could talk about? Tadej Pogacar won the Tour de France yesterday. You might be thinking to yourself, isn't that the entire month of July? The race is the entire month of July, but he won the race yesterday. It is now over. I know the UFC fans will be excited to see Conor McGregor fight this weekend. For me, it's one of those, I like sports, but I hate staying up late. So I probably will catch the highlights. I am in a peak week for a 100-mile race I have in 2 weeks. So I'm pretty much running 2.5, 3 hours a day right now. And the weekend's probably going to be upwards of 4.5 to 5 hours per day. So I can't be staying up late just to watch two old dudes fight. It's really, I'm actually I'd be more interested in seeing Patty fight, but we'll see. Especially with the road traveling up, not a huge road trip. I'm going about 2 hours north, upstate New York, to see my brother and my niece and nephew's birthday. But luckily, I'll be able to get on the Appalachian Trail and get some trail miles in, which will be really, really dope. One minute here till market opens. See what happens. If I was waiting, ES would have been nice. I would love for the Dow to come back into range. That would be ideal for me. That'd be dope. That's what we want. I like to trade the Dow. Just get this little piece though. That was nice. Nice little piece to start today. Was also on a call yesterday teaching with somebody. Got on the sim account, got $32 yesterday trading sim while I was teaching. This is all this started, I think the sim account started at 100 grand. And I only use this when I'm doing educational stuff and teaching other people what I'm doing in the frameworks and stuff. 685. I should just start teaching on my regular accounts. But no, I like to teach on the sims because I could show like OCO orders and things like that and just moving orders around, things like that. All right. And away we go. I'm going to leave this. Hopefully this will pull all the way back in. What the MES do? I'm going to watch this Dow. For sure. Things looks like they want to rip Dow. The Dow. See that gold move? Would have paid. Would have got you done. That sell stop we were just talking about a second ago. Good morning, GD. Good morning, Cube Gift. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. GD had a great trade yesterday. Sat some heat all day. Ended up nice. Good to see. Good to hear. We were talking about taking longs just a second ago off of T-line. Might work out if you're an aggressive trader. That's my style. It was brutal. Yeah, some days they can be brutal. Oh, yes. What do you want to do with me? Just want a little bit more range on the ES if I'm going to mess around shorting up here. I don't like to mess with strength. We have almost a 90 ATR coming in with the ES, so that would be a 45. We're down here at 30, so I still need 15 points before I'd even be thinking about it, but I've been criticized, but I'm just very, very strict. I do not short outside day up. Just months of data has showed me on TradeZilla, going back and looking at like all the red days. I would say 85 to 90% of my red days happen when I trade outside day up. It's all-in times, right? Can't fade strength. I've really only been shorting on red candles. The markets go up. Yes, I have a little bit of bias towards the upside for that reason. I like to be long over short, but I'm definitely way more strict with my short criteria than I am with my long criteria. And outside day up, now we're coming back inside range. Like I said, I would love a long here. This would be glorious for me. But this now is off the table. Friends don't let friends trade the Russell, I've been told, but you might get a nice little bounce off of here if you're an aggressive trader. Be able to take this off of the trend. Trend in the -1s. Take a stab off of it. Just not a ton of range here either. 51, 48. Getting close. Pretty expansive candle too. Hard to long into a huge expansive candle like this as well. Gold rebounding. There goes the Nazzy. So right now I'm curious or interested in Prior day high, shorts on the Nazzy, but not if ES continues to rip. Kind of want to see what happens here with this candle. Maybe a -2 if we get down to low of day on the Russell. And man, I love to see this candle on the Dow.
Order submitted.
A little bit of an aggressive trade, looking off this little volume here. Value area low. Everything having a kind of a strong bias. So I like to be long. There's my dogs barking. See if we can get a Dow fill here. Yeah, a lot of things showing strength. This might be one of those that we might have missed. We'll say. On the Dow? What instrument? Prior low day? All right. Yeah, we get down there, I'll be in and out of trades. If I'm in 2 here, I'm not going to be able to hold all the way down to prior session low. We'll see how much we want to melt to open. Still pretty curious or interested in this -2 on the Russell. See if we can get in here. Man, yesterday's prior pot got you done. And like I said, we've been talking all week about the dangers of the Nazzy, and like, yes, prior pot is still a level, but look how much more heat you have to take to actually have it go your way. That's the hard part. Suck it out. ES boosting. Dow dropping. MES boosting. There it goes. Kermit, Nazzy, Kermit. They are all kind of red while the MES is now green on the day. Yeah, I kind of want to be long here. I do want to be long here on the Dow. Yeah, really long's at -2 for me on the Russell. I like shorts at prior session high of day on the Nazzy. I like, and I'm gonna hold. This is an aggressive entry as it is. You know me. Usually I'll drag up into price if I really want it, but this would already be an aggressive entry for me. And it looks like we missed it. Looks like we might have missed that one. Patience is a virtue. Unless the Russell wants to come all the way down here and fill this gap down here. 648. $648's up there. Way up here? Yeah, I mean, not saying it's not getting up there, but that's I won't be around when it gets up there today on a Friday. Half day Fridays for this guy. I still kind of want this. I'm going to give it another second, but it's so hard to go long. We still have 20 minutes left for this to melt out. Like this here, fill in this little gap here on this huge candle where there wasn't a ton of volume, like maybe here. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, like that, I mean, that would be huge outside day out. Wow, Nazzy just got sold off, huh? Wow. Prior session high day, prior session POC. Oh, look at that. There it goes. Man, people just got crushed. It's a pretty big move on the NASDAQ. 935. 100-point move. Quickly. Gold right back up. Still melty. Yeah, I gotta stay away from this candle. I do like seeing every point down now is expanding the ATR though. I love to see that. Ideally, we'd like to see this come like all the way down into here, get to 50% range, get back in the bands, and then we can play long on the Russell. Everything though, just all that big opening push right back in. Still don't have a ton of range to play on the Rankos for the ES. And once again, you could prior session high has been touched now twice. Starting to see some volume up here on the volume profile. But really the targets, I think maybe even a long down here. Fiddle in the middle. Maybe you want to go long off view up. But who's to say we can't continue all the way down to today's session POC, even though it looks like if we bounce around here at 50, at 590, looks like we might get a POC shift up here and get some stacked POCs for some longs. What did I do here? There we go. Still like these Dow longs down here. Come on. We see these wicks, you start to get tempted, like, I want to go long, I want to go long. Be patient. It'll come. Or it won't. We'll see if our patience pays off. Like I said, already an aggressive entry at the -1s here. Prior session POC is really the entry that I want.
Order filled.
There we go. And we're in.
Order submitted.
Guys, I'm gonna take some money off the table today.
Submitted.
This is crazy. Taking some money off the table on this Friday, guys. Going up.
Order canceled. Order filled.
Love my new button. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that today. That's a pretty good move. Aggressive entry, risk it paid off. I mean, let's see where it goes now, but I don't know where we were before that, but that's got us to 44 on the day, 210 on the week. Thank you, Cube Gift. Appreciate it. I'm not going to lie. That we might be one and done on this Friday. I think I'm going to take $40 and $200 on the week. The account's pretty much halfway there. I mean, maybe we'll sit for another minute or so, but if I can get on the road earlier than later, that's better for me. Yeah. This is bouncing around here. The Russell off the -2. That was the other one we were looking at. Would have got you done. Yeah, guys, I am far from greed. I think that's going to be it for me today, to be honest. I got 2 trades in, both Dow trades, the one we just witnessed here, and then a quick scalp off of prior session high of day that I took pre-market. Yeah. I would just be being a jerk. And I think I have 100% win rate on the week, which would be, there would be no reason to screw that up. Let's see. I don't think I can resync it that quick. Yeah, I got credit for that trade, but debut week. Yeah, guys, I'm 100% win rate on the week on 11 trades. I got to stop. I'm not. That is, for this guy, what dreams are made of. This is a great week for me. Not the best week as far as money-wise, but to take a 91% win rate and $185 last week and 100% win rate, $210, I'm on a little. I'm seeing the market well, but the main thing is I'm knowing when to stop. I'm knowing that $41 for me is a very, very good day. And that this picture right here, 100, 100, 100, 100 with 3 major news events and $210 is a very, very good week for me. And I almost have the main account that I got crumbled on when I got a tilt day. I've almost got that back. So this is, I think, since first week in April, 82% win rate since the first week in April. But yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm too excited on my $200 week, but it's more the last 2 weeks of just really dialing in discipline, just sticking by my rules, getting out of here, and frankly, having you guys here to hold me accountable. That's very, very important. So I do appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is consider using TradeZilla. If you're looking for a trade journal, consider using Tradeify, or drop a super chat in there. I think Mike Terry was the first super chat, $3.50, which is why we have some background music that covered Spotify for the entire summer. So yeah, those are ways you can support the channel, or just watching old videos and stuff, leaving some comments. That really, really does help, and it makes it way more enjoyable. If you're a runner, you can check me out on Strava. I'm probably going to hit 100 miles training for this week, and heading out to the Appalachian Trail right now. After a road trip upstate New York, I'm going to have a great weekend, guys. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I will see you back here